So I thought that while I've completed this task, it's now after the fact, I could show you a few pointers on how you could simplify your wardrobe and just make it more manageable for you as you change over and go between the seasons. Here in New Zealand, we've currently gone through a change in seasons. We've gone from autumn weather and now we are well into winter. And I've grabbed out a few items. I've been making do with what I can find, but I decided that I really needed to change over my wardrobe and make sure I had everything that I needed going into this colder weather. What I'd like to do first is just show you what I've got in the way of my wardrobe layout and what I use, and then I can show you exactly how you might be able to decide what you will keep and how you will manage your wardrobe to make it simplified. So here we are inside my wardrobe. This is one that I share with my husband. He has that end and I have this end. Here I basically hang as many things as I can. I hang my dresses, cardigans, long sleeve tops, I hang pants, and I've got woolen jackets there. Mostly I hang things because I've got a visual. I don't forget they're there. I can see they're there when I'm going through. I can see what's available, and also so that they stay unwrinkled. Not everything has to be hung. This is a wetsuit actually. We might use it this winter. Sometimes I go swimming, maybe not. Then up here I have my basket of scarves and woolen items when I'm not using them. I do put these away when it's not the winter time, but for now I keep them there. Most of my scarves are in the cloakroom where I keep jackets because I'm wearing them all the time, and my winter gloves are in my handbag. Up here I have a caddy that I use for out of season items, and I'll explain how I use that later in the video. And here is my travel bag for when we go away. I do have a pile of clothes here that I use for old clothes, like when I'm gardening, renovating, or painting something. I keep them there because I don't want them with everything else, because I forget and then I pull something out and I wreck it, and I could have used these. This is a file folder here for legal documents. I keep that safe for an emergency. I can grab it. That's a whole other video. And then down here I keep a smaller set of drawers for things that I don't want to hang, things like undergarments, pajamas, t-shirts, exercise gear, things like that. And then I've got a pile here of work clothes, so I'll use that tomorrow, so I've just left it out because it was worn today. And then we keep our shoes down the end here, you'll be able to see. And also over on this side we keep things that have been worn. I've got 2 jackets here, smaller jackets for around the house. And these are clothes that my husband has worn that he doesn't want to put away. I think one of my top tips here would be to use what you have. Don't go nuts. Often we think that we need to have a certain type of storage, or we need to master it and make it look perfect. This set of drawers was my daughter's and she was no longer using it. She got a bigger one for her stuff and I just needed something small. I want to repaint the front. I don't want it pink, but I'm not there yet and I don't really care. It's manageable, it's functional. My storage caddies, things like that, just use what you've got around the house. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be functional. Just remember that. Don't go spending a whole lot of money on something that's just going to be for storage. As you can see, this is a fairly straightforward wardrobe. It's not anything major, but it's not cluttered either, and that's what we want. I was introduced to the idea of minimalism through reading the book The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Con Marie. And it revolutionized the way I look at my belongings. Once you know something, you can't unknow it. And since I was introduced to minimalism, there are a few other systems that have come to my attention. One is the capsule wardrobe, the 10-item wardrobe, the 33-item wardrobe, but I've never really adopted any kind of number or system other than just to own things that are useful or beautiful. Con Marie would encourage you to own what sparks joy, and I think a common sense approach to this would be own what is useful and enjoyable for you to wear. And so it's not very hard to do that. It's the philosophy of, if I don't use it, if I don't like it, it really shouldn't be something that I have to manage or store or have to look at all the time. I do understand sometimes when you're starting out though that you need clearer guidelines for what you actually need to have in your wardrobe and what you can do without. So at the end of this, I will tell you how I know when I have enough clothing and what you can do to make sure you can sort your wardrobe out simply as well. So getting started, first you're going to need 3 items. You're going to need a rubbish bag, you're going to need a box to give things away or to give them to Goodwill, and you're going to need a storage caddy or some kind of suitcase, maybe a box, something that's going to keep your clothes for next season that you're not using currently. So first what you're going to do is gather together all of your clothing that you can at the time. Sometimes it pays to start this process once you feel like all your washing is up to date, and then you know that you've got everything in front of you. So this is where you're going to grab each item and you're going to see if it sparks joy. Is it something that you want to keep? They could be very practical questions you ask. Is this stained? Is it worn out? Is it broken? Is it ill-fitting? Is it something I don't enjoy wearing? Maybe it's something that you haven't worn in a while. You can ask yourself, why not? Maybe it's something worn out because you wear it too much and you can realize, maybe I need to get a replacement for this. So the idea here is you're not going to keep any items that you won't wear and you never will use. It's very important that you take a moment to make the decisions now. Instead of making the decision every day for the next 3 months throughout the season, decide now what you really enjoy wearing and let go of the items that you really don't like. Put them in the storage container to give away, or you can throw them out in the rubbish. When I did this process today, I got rid of 3 tops. One was ill-fitting, one was stained, and one I really didn't enjoy wearing anymore. Make sure you go through every item. All of it needs to be dealt with and sorted so that you're not having to make the decisions again. So the next task is to make sure you have enough clothing for the season that you're in. And as I said before, I don't have a specific number for what I choose to keep, but I do have a rule of thumb that I tend to go by, and that is to go off the different roles that I play within my life and the things that I have to dress for. So for me, my first role would be mother, that comes to mind, but in that role I run errands around town, I go to appointments with my kids, also I have coffees with my friends, I go out on date nights with my husband. I work during the week, so I have to have a uniform for that. I go to church and I go to functions, and I like to have nice clothes to wear. On top of that, I exercise, and I also need pajamas to wear when I go to sleep. So what you could do is make a list of the different things that you need to do each week and the roles that you play and the things that you like to wear for each. So once you know what roles you have in life and the things that you need to have outfits and clothing for, you can go through and work out how much clothing you need for each item. I've decided at home that I need 5 or 6 sets of outfits so that I can wear those around the house but also out in town and not feel completely embarrassed. And then I like to have 2 sets of uniform just in case something gets left in the wash. Same goes with pajamas and exercise gear, 2 sets just in case. And then on top of that, I like to have a church outfit. I need at least 2 of those, and things that I can go out on a date with or go out for a coffee with friends. And then I also have my clothing for gardening and doing renovations around the house that are dirty and old, and I don't mind if they get a bit wrecked. Once you've got your list for all the roles that you play throughout your week and the jobs that you do, here is where you decide the items that you've got is enough, or maybe you have surplus. If you have surplus, you're going to have to really think hard about what it is that you need. Maybe you might keep a few extras so that you don't go without if you're really not sure. This is a muscle and you're just going to practice what it's like to try and declutter your wardrobe. But if you are sure that you can get rid of a few things, put them in the giving away box and you'll be able to get rid of them the next time you go to Goodwill. Maybe you've found that there are things missing. You need replacements for things, some things have worn out. This year I realized I needed a few more pairs of tights to wear with my dresses. And this is a great opportunity to be able to go to the shops and get yourself set up for the whole next season, and you know you won't have to shop again. You know that you're shopping for things that you actually need, and you're spending the money happily knowing that it's going to complement your wardrobe and complement all the outfits that you know you love to wear. So I wanted to show you one last tip, in that I keep my caddy up here for next season. I don't view it very much. Sometimes I might have to pull out an item, but I fold everything nicely and I lay a scarf over the top. It's a cotton scarf that I don't use for anything else, and it just keeps the dust and the bugs out of things. But it's easy access for me, and it's a nice way of just knowing that it's there. You could put it away in a suitcase and you could put it in another space in your home, but for me it's just simplified there because it's still in my wardrobe and it's still my clothing. So this has significantly reduced the amount of stress involved in changing over for the seasons for me. When I walk in every day, I know pretty much exactly what I'm going to wear, and that everything that is available to me I enjoy wearing, and it fit and I like it and it works, and fewer decisions are having to be made on a daily basis about what to wear. So I really hope that this video has been of help to you. I hope that it's given you some pointers on how you might be able to simplify your wardrobe. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and keep a lookout for other videos that I do on simplifying things around the home. And remember that the biggest compliment you can give me is hitting that subscribe button. But until next time, bye for now.